This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
Today's episode is going to cover 5 reasons why the swinging lifestyle may not be right for your relationship at this time or maybe ever. Hopefully this gives a little bit of a guideline for people or couples who are like, should I get into the lifestyle? Is this right for me? Hopefully it helps in some way.
Yeah, and maybe you see some of these things that you are struggling with and you know that, hey, maybe we need to take a step back, or maybe you have all these issues down pat and this helps secure that thing of, maybe this is right for us because we actually have these skills we need and we do feel this way. And so, we'll go ahead and get into the first reason.
First, we do want to emphasize that everyone's journey is unique. If you struggle with any of these challenges that we mentioned, it doesn't mean the swinging lifestyle won't work for you ever. It just may not be the right fit at the moment. Also, some of the issues we'll discuss are things couples can work through. These could be signs that you're not ready for the lifestyle yet, but with time and effort, you could overcome these hurdles and be ready in the future. Let's start with a big one, trying to save a relationship by getting into swinging. If your relationship is already struggling, opening it up is not the fix. Actually, it's probably going to make things worse. Here's the reality. Swinging works best for couples who already have a solid foundation. If you're having issues with trust, intimacy, or constant arguments, adding more people into the mix won't magically make these problems go away. It just gives them more room to grow. We've seen people jump into the lifestyle because they think it'll spice things up and bring them closer, but what actually happens is those underlying issues don't just disappear, they get amplified. Jealousy, insecurity, resentment, it all gets bigger when you add other people into the equation, and swinging should be something you explore from a place of confidence and security and not desperation. If you're not happy with your relationship now, adding more partners won't suddenly make you happy either. So if you're thinking about swinging as a way to fix things, our advice is to pause and focus on your communication, work through your issues first, and make sure you're in a good place before you even consider it. This journey may take time, but it will always be worth it in the end. Even if consensual non-monogamy never becomes the right choice for you, you'll still have the foundation of an honest, happy, and healthy relationship, which we think is the most important thing in a partnership. If you can work through your challenges and build that strong foundation, the swinging lifestyle can enhance your relationship in countless ways, but if your foundation isn't solid, it could do more harm than good. Remember, the lifestyle is about connection, fun, and exploration, not about trying to fix something that's broken.
So reason number 2 that we have seen people get into the lifestyle we think is for a wrong reason is to try to fix infidelity. So if one partner has cheated in a relationship, trying to maybe get even by starting the swinging lifestyle so that the one person that felt hurt, they're like, oh, if I sleep with someone else, that's going to make us even. That's going to fix our relationship. That's going to be the fix that we need. That is also not going to be the right thing. If you are doing this to get even with somebody so you can feel on the same level, that's not going to create that solid foundation that you need to have success. We truly believe that if that is the place that you are coming from, you are not going to have success in the long term. Maybe it will help with things here and there, but most likely it's just going to start to hinder your relationship. Generally, when things like this happen, people start to go back and forth at each other, and then it's this whole game of getting even with each other instead of what the whole thing is the foundation, like Bella talked about earlier. It's about building that trust, communication, and love, and using lifestyle to enhance your relationship, not to go through and try to just get on the same playing field again, because that's never going to be the solution. At this point, that trust is already going to be broken. And when the trust is broken, you have to build back up from the foundation. Now, yes, that trust can be rebuilt with time. It can be proven, and then maybe at some point the lifestyle is right for you. But when that trust is broken at the beginning, you have to work from the ground up to get that foundation back, not just jump in to try to get things to work faster. Swinging is something that also requires really strong communication. And if infidelity is what happened, most likely there is some struggle with that communication in the first part. Because usually when infidelity happens, it is someone is not happy, they're not talking, and you guys are not on the same level, you're not on the same place, and you're not working through these issues together. And so that's something that has to be really prevalent in lifestyle relationship is communication. So if you're having trouble with that communication and that honesty from the very beginning, and that's what got into this infidelity situation, you're not going to be able to navigate all of the hardships and ups and downs and trials that the lifestyle will put you through. Whenever you're in the lifestyle, you're going to face things that are difficult at times, and communication is what it allows you to get through that, as well as honesty. Telling how you feel, sharing that with your partner, and knowing you can be open and honest is how you're able to work through the issues. And when infidelity is the problem, you're having a bigger base issue that needs to be worked on before the lifestyle would ever be the correct fit. And when it comes to swinging, you need to be really clear about your motivation behind that. That person who is cheated on, it could very quickly become them having a misinterpreted thing saying that, oh, well, you're just doing this, you already cheated on me once, this is just once again for you to cheat on me again and again with more people, and that makes them feel even more inadequate. And so if that is where it came from, then it's always going to make the person who was cheated on feel inadequate and feel like they are just going to be taken advantage of more and more, which I said is not a strong base, and it's never going to be successful in a lifestyle, because you have to know that you and your partner are enough and that you love your partner. They're more than everything you can need. We always describe it as sprinkles on top of the cake, because you and your partner are already the cake, the icing, you have everything you want. And lifestyle, it's just sprinkles, it's just extra stuff, it's fun, but it's not necessary. And so if it's coming from a place where someone feels inadequate, it's most likely going to be a really hard time having success in that. And with all of that, it's most likely to turn into a toxic situation. The next reason we're going to talk about is a lack of communication skill. So earlier we did talk about a lack of communication, but here is an actual lack of skill of communication, because that is absolutely huge in the lifestyle. The swinging lifestyle requires clear, open, honest communication. You have to be able to talk about how you feel with your partner, but not just be able to be open and do that, but you have to be able to get the opinions that you feel across in a way that your partner understands it and you guys are both on the same page. While yes, this does take a lot of practice, it is something that can be learned. But remember that if you're having a lot of trouble just communicating basic things, whenever you get in these lifestyle environments, the stakes go up and a lack of communication can cause a lot of real issues. And so it's something that definitely needs to be worked on with time, practicing that communication skills, because once those are enhanced, you'll have a lot of success. But if you don't have good communication skills, you're going to run into a lot of issues in the swinging lifestyle. So another thing is unspoken expectations can lead to disappointment on both sides of the relationship. If you're not expressing those wants, needs, desires, boundaries, things can get kind of rocky really, really quickly. And at the end, when those things happen, it's most likely one person or both people are going to end up getting hurt. Another problem that can happen here is assumptions. And whenever assumptions are made, it also is a very bad situation, especially in a lifestyle. So if you guys have set boundaries, let's say, and someone assumes, well, okay, this is part of that boundary, but it hasn't been clearly talked about, the other person might not feel that way. And whenever that happens, it can feel like betrayal. And so it's very, very important that you're able to communicate on all the levels and not just assume something, but make sure that you and your partner and everyone involved in this situation are on the same page and feeling safe. You also have to think that conflict resolution is key, because yes, even if you're great at communicating, sometimes you're going to have issues that arise. That's totally normal. That's how we work through things as a couple in a relationship. Problems arise, but you have to be able to communicate what is going on to be able to solve those issues. So if somebody does something that maybe breaks a boundary that wasn't set, sometimes that happens, but you have to be able to communicate how you're feeling, how this happened, and come up with a solid way to work through the situation so that you can both become the strongest versions of yourself. If you have that lack of communication skill there, you're not going to be able to work through those issues. You're just going to keep re-encountering the same problems over and over.
You also can't be defensive all the time. You have to both be open and willing to hear each other out and get to an understanding of each other. A lot of the times, miscommunication for us in our personal relationship comes from a misunderstanding of how each person feels. And when you can get to a middle ground of that and see, okay, well, I can see where you're coming from and I apologize for this and vice versa, that's going to be a key element in how you're going to be able to get through different issues that may arise.
The one really great thing about a lack of communication is kind of like I said at the beginning of this, it can be worked on, it can be built, and it's something that you can practice in day-to-day life. I mean, literally anytime you're doing things, you can practice communicating better, making sure the other person is heard. Active listening is a great thing that we have taken into our relationship, whereas if someone says something and you don't understand what they say, you repeat back to them, hey, I'm not sure if I understand that. What I'm understanding from this is this, this, and this. And the person that's your partner, or whoever you're talking to in any life situation, can say, yes, that is what I meant, or no, what I actually meant by that was this. And then if it takes a couple times, you can do that though, and you can work on that skill so you're actually communicating in a healthy, effective way so you can have success in the swinging lifestyle.
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation, or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that we'll be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show. Next, we'll talk about boundaries and respect. If you struggle with either of these, setting boundaries or respecting them, whether it's in your own relationship or with others, the lifestyle is going to be a struggle for you. And the swinging lifestyle, boundaries are everything. Every couple has their own rules, what they're comfortable with, what's off limits, and how they want to navigate these experiences. If you or your partner have a hard time setting those boundaries or sticking to them, things can get messy really fast. If you find yourself or your partner constantly pushing limits, ignoring agreements, or struggling with self-control, this is most likely not going to be the space for you. The lifestyle requires a high level of respect for both your partner and others involved. You have to remember there's more than just you and your partner in this. There are other people and couples in the equation now, and it's essential to be extremely conscious of their boundaries, emotions, and consent. Without mutual respect and self-control, things can quickly become uncomfortable or damaging for everyone involved. As we mentioned earlier, communication is everything in the lifestyle. For us, the ability to communicate openly and set and respect boundaries is crucial, and it goes hand in hand. You also need to understand how critical these boundaries are. For example, if you and your partner agree to set a limit at soft swapping, but one partner gets carried away and breaks that boundary by full swapping, it can cause serious damage to your relationship. The same applies to respecting other people's boundaries as well. Consent is one of the core principles of the lifestyle. If someone says no or tells you something is outside of their comfort zone, that's where the conversation should end. If you struggle with this, the lifestyle might not be the right fit for you, and if you or your partner have trouble setting boundaries, or worse, don't respect the ones that are already in place, it's not only going to affect your experience, it will negatively affect everyone around you. But the good news, again, is boundaries are a skill that you can develop. If you recognize this as a challenge, you and your partner can work on it together. Learning to set clear expectations, communicate openly, and respect limits takes practice, but it is completely possible. It starts with honest conversations, checking in with each other, and making sure you're both comfortable before taking any steps forward. When you put in the effort, boundaries don't feel like restrictions, they become the foundation of trust and freedom.
The fifth and last reason we're going to talk about is whenever the lifestyle is wanted unequally. So what we mean by this is maybe one partner is really all in on the idea and the other person is a little bit hesitant about it, and they're just saying, you know what, maybe at some point it's right, but at this time I don't think it is, and one partner is kind of pushing to get into the lifestyle, the other one's just not ready or doesn't want to at all. Kind of like with the infidelity situation, if people are not on the same page, it can lead to a lot of that not feeling adequate and feeling like your partner is doing this just to be with other people and it's not about you together. And that not only is going to cause issues with everything, it's really going to hurt that person that you love the most that is trying to just go on this journey of life with you. And so it's really important that if one person is not interested in the lifestyle, you are not pushing them to join the lifestyle, because if that is the reason you start, it is very likely that it is not going to end well for either one of you. Pressure also ruins experiences. So let's say someone was even a little bit on board or they were liking the idea. If they're getting pushed to be in a situation that they're not quite ready for, that's going to lead to them having a bad first experience and most likely not liking the idea at all. And so you have to think that even maybe your partner's a little bit interested, but not completely interested. It's those things that you take the baby steps and you work through at the pace that you need to work in, because putting that pressure on someone is always going to lead to someone feeling, once again, inadequate or unhappy, and it's just going to lead to overall bigger issues. And it's totally okay if one partner decides it's not for them. The lifestyle is something we always say is not for everybody. It's not going to be the right fit for everybody. It's not better than monogamy. It's just a different relationship choice. And so when one person just says, no, it's not right for me, your job as a partner is to love your partner, be with your partner, respect your partner. That's why you chose each other. And so it's really important to remember that if one person's just not interested at all, so maybe something interested in later, maybe they're never interested. But it's always the most important priority to prioritize your own relationship and what both people need in that. And it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier, but there's different ways to explore this. Maybe one partner is a little bit interested, but not completely. You could go to a lifestyle club and know you're not going to do anything with anybody. You can just spend time together. There's lots of people who are just voyeurs, they're just exhibitionists, and that's totally okay. And maybe with time that develops with you guys getting into lifestyle, or maybe that's where you stay at. There's no ultimate goal here. It's not to get to full swap. It's not to get to soft swap. It's nothing like that. It's taking your journey together with your partner and making that the priority. And so just remember with all of this that it's always you and your partner, both of your happiness, and taking the time you need to get on this journey, and you're doing it together. So like we said, with all of these things, it doesn't mean that lifestyle is not right for you forever. Maybe it's just not right now. We highly recommend on working on all of these things, getting that strong foundation, that strong base, so that you're able to work through these things, get the communication skills, and make sure that everyone's on the same page, so you're able to go through together in a strong, healthy way. Because from experience and from all the people we know, the lifestyle can be a really, really great thing whenever you are a strong couple. But if you are not, we have seen it break relationships so quickly. And so it's just really important that you're moving forward in the right way. We just want to say thank you guys so much for listening to that. We really hope that it helps, maybe you guys have a conversation or get some better communication skills or whatever it was, but we hope that it helps. And so let's go ahead, though, and jump into Belle and Jase's Weekly Obsessions. Would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I have to. Number 1 is Season 3 of The White Lotus. So at the time of recording, I think episode 4 is out, and there's 8 episodes total. I love The White Lotus. I have been obsessed with White Lotus since the first season. I love the second season, and to me, the third season, I think is going to end just as good as all the other seasons. Also, Lisa from Blackpink, this is her first acting role, and she is in White Lotus this season, and so I love her. I love that the show also has usually one character that comes from the other seasons that was still there, so it's kind of like a whole new series, but at the same time, there's some twist from the past. I don't know. So I've just been really, really enjoying White Lotus Season 3. And my other obsession is the song Handlebars by Jennie from Blackpink featuring Dua Lipa. So if you ever listen to one of these podcasts, you probably heard me talk about my love for Dua Lipa. This song to me feels like old Dua Lipa, and I just absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite collaboration songs I've heard in a very, very long time. And so
you just heard the one with Tate McRae and Kid Laroi.
Oh, I love that
Literally
one too.
like
I said one of.
You were in a while.
One of them in a while.
True.
I just love it a lot. So listen to Handlebars by Jennie and Dua Lipa. All right, what are your obsessions?
My obsessions those are really good obsessions, by the way. So I'm also obsessed with those things that you just said. But my other ones, a new scent. I have been obsessed with. It's actually Rihanna's go-to scent. It's not her signature, it's not her brand or anything, but it's by Killian. I believe that's how you say it. Killian. And it's probably not Killian. It's probably Killian. But the scent is Love, Don't Be Shy. So if you look on the internet or read about celebrity stuff, apparently Rihanna smells amazing. Like heaven, just the most incredible person you've ever smelled. We have a friend who works at one of those fancy hotels that a lot of celebrities go stay at before these really big fancy events, and he said that is true, that she just smells absolutely incredible. And after doing some internet sleuthing, that apparently is what she wears. Killian Love, Don't Be Shy. And I can also attest to that. I have started wearing that. My other scent was YSL Libra for a while. I still like them both. But Killian Love, Don't Be Shy is still that vanilla-y sweet scent. But there's just something about it. Every time I wear it, Jase always compliments me. I get complimented on it a lot whenever I wear it out.
Yeah, it is such a nice smell. It just smells like... It smells warm and comforting, but then sexy at the same time. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a good smell,
Yeah,
a fucking good smell.
Really, really good. And my other obsession is BB No Money. So he is, I guess you could say, a meme musical artist, but
not really.
Rap?
It's good
Is he
music.
rap?
It's
yeah.
kind of rap. I don't really know what it is exactly. It's good.
So I've always liked his music, but I've just more recently just watched him as a personality, and I'm obsessed with him. Like, if you're, my type is guys who are like BB No Money, Jase, BB No Money, Benson Boone. Who else do I really like? Andrew Garfield, Ryan Gosling. It's like the personality. They just have like a specific, I wouldn't say they all have a specific personality.
Some of those guys are kind of different.
Yeah, sorry.
Some of those just handsome white men.
Rewind. Looks wise, yes, that is my type. But BB Nobody's personality is so good. It's so funny, and his music videos have just been getting better and better, and he's so hot, and just his overall aura, I am in love. Like, I'm obsessed with him. So that's my other one.
That's very fair. That's so funny. Anyway.
I keep talking about his eyelids. Like last night.
And
like
his
Jason,
eyes and his hair and his everything. You just like keep talking about whatever it is. And she'd be watching videos, she'd go, wow, he is just so hot. My God, he is so sexy. She said like 15 times in a 3-minute music video.
It's so the truth. No, but there's something about his like eyes and his eye shape. I mean, really everything, but like specifically his eyes, his eye shape, and his eyelashes. He has like such a girl. I don't know if girls can understand this more, but it's the eyelid shape, like the eye hood. What is that called? Oh my God, I'm blanking. I'm like touching it. Yeah, your eyelid shape. Like I have monolids, you know, being Asian, and I don't have like a lot of space to do eyeshadow. BB No Money has the perfect eye canvas.
That's a reason to like someone.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen one.
He's just so pretty to look at and watch and listen to. And yeah, that's my obsession.
Nice. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. We really appreciate it. So hope you had a fun time. We had a fun time recording it. And so we'll go ahead and hit you guys to the outro. Bye.
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans, which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!